Hello, people of YouTube. Today's video is going to be 5 lessons that I've learned that have changed my life for the better. The first lesson is that my opinions about other people are a reflection of how I see myself. My consciousness is a creation based on things I have picked up throughout my life and made part of my identity or my thought patterns. So when I'm having a negative opinion about another person, it's usually because they remind me of either something I don't like about myself or someone from my past who I don't like, or a situation from my past that I don't like that needs to be healed. We cannot say for sure what is going on in other people's heads. This is such an important realization to have. You can think that you know someone, but at the end of the day, all you really know is what's going on in here, and other people are just mirrors of that internal canvas that we have. And I notice that when I'm at a place where I really love myself and I'm proud of who I am, I find beauty in other people more easily. I'm able to pick out their good qualities, and that's a beautiful thing. So that lesson definitely changed my life for sure. The second thing that I learned that was a really important lesson, and honestly, I haven't really started embodying this until this year. I've made a lot of unhealthy choices in my life, but this lesson is so important, and it's the importance of overall health: mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. And I'm going to talk about 3 things in regards to this, one being drugs and alcohol, another being food, and another being physical exercise. What I have come to realize about drugs and alcohol is that a lot of the time people, as in me, feel the need to get messed up on whatever substance they choose because there's something that they are running away from. And I don't think that it's a bad thing to do drugs and alcohol occasionally, just to have a fun experience, especially if it's a drug or something that isn't very dangerous. Like, honestly, I would not advise anyone to do crack, but if smoking weed every once in a while is an experience that you want to have, all the power to you. I personally think that if you do those things on a daily or weekly basis, it's a notification from the universe that you need to stop and realize what it is that you're running from. Also, the other thing about drugs is you are never going to be able to work on yourself from that sober perspective if you are always doing drugs. If you want to attain true happiness independent of other things going on in your life, that has to come from a sober place, because if you're getting that from drugs and alcohol, when drugs and alcohol aren't available, you're going to be very unhappy. So being sober is extremely important, and it's how we were created, and I think it's important to honor that we were created on this planet as sober beings, and I think that being sober can be beautiful. You can have amazing experiences sober. So that's something that's really changed my life. With food, in my opinion, eating a more plant-based diet is healthier. That's been my experience. However, everyone's body is different. I can't really say like what's good for your body because I don't live in your body. But eating a lot of stuff with vitamins, eating big meals and less snacks has helped me a lot, because it makes me appreciate my meals more when I'm actually hungry and I eat a full meal full of like different types of foods like grains, vegetables, a little bit of dairy, whatever it is that I decide to have that day. Yeah, eating healthy is so important, and treat yourself every now and then. Like, hey, if you had a really rough week or if you had a really good week and you want to get ice cream, that's completely okay. It's never going to help us to beat ourselves up for our eating habits. If anything, that can create a really unhealthy mental cycle. The last thing I'm going to talk about in regards to this is exercise. It's really important that we utilize this beautiful vehicle that we have been given, that is our body. Also, mentally, exercise really helps me clean the slate. I literally feel when I'm running that energy is being pushed out of me that is old or stagnant, and it's amazing. The way you feel after you exercise, that runner's high is just it's amazing, and it's a great way to alter your consciousness in a healthy and authentic way. So exercise up. Yoga is also amazing, especially for calming the mind and body. I've definitely struggled with anxiety quite a bit during this past season of my life, so yoga really helped me make that more manageable. So I'm grateful for that. Next thing I've learned is it's okay to make mistakes because mistakes teach us stuff. I wouldn't be who I am today if it weren't for all the mistakes I've made, and I feel like most people feel the same way. Making mistakes is so important, and there's a beauty in that sadness in recognizing that mistake. And making a mistake is never something to be ashamed of because we all do it. So let's embrace our mistakes. I'm not saying you should purposely go out and try to make more, but if you do make them, yay, you know? Another thing I've learned this year is the importance of alone time. When we're out in the world, there are all these different opinions and visual stimuli that are being plastered onto our consciousness. So being alone to connect with your own energy is so, so important. Asking yourself, what do I want? Because everything has to start with you. You have to make conscious decisions. You have to work from where you're at. And if you're just lost in the shuffle all the time of other people in the outside world, you might lose sight of what you truly want, which is something I don't want to lose sight of. Okay, the last thing that I've learned is that my emotions are my responsibility. And I'm not saying that other people are angels and no one's ever going to hurt your feelings and that basically other people don't matter. Like, that shit hurts. But other people cannot make you feel a certain way if you didn't subconsciously feel that way already. So if you're in an argument with someone and someone says something that really upsets you, that's a clue that there's something within me or you or whoever it is that needs to be healed. So we need to pay attention to our emotions and take responsibility for them because it's not healthy to play the victim in life. It really isn't. We need to own our emotions, embrace them, and transform them into something beautiful. All right, that's the end of this video.